5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're live with Neve.
All right. How's everybody doing this morning? You're on Live with Neve, and I am here. It is a beautiful Friday. It's going to be me and Sam this morning, and we're going to be talking about all kinds of cool stuff. See what's happening in your life and in my life and in everybody else's life. I am today using the computer for the second time. The last time ended in complete disaster, and I'm sorry for that. Anybody who watched it, anybody who's been on, technology is new. And sometimes it fucks up. So I'm glad you're here. You're on Live with Neve. It is 10 o'clock here on the East Coast. It is completely foggy in New York. It is just like it's thick. I can't see the ocean. I can't see the bridge. I can barely see my neighbor's house. So it's kind of like London-like and spooky. I've got my co-host is just about to pop on, the one and only, the amazing, talented Sam Rourke. She's here with some sand in her eyes and ready to put some piss and vinegar into the show. Sam, good morning. Oh, your mic's off, baby.
Morning. How are you?
I'm excellent. How are you?
I'm just getting my life together this morning, but I'm here.
Well, that's me too. I don't think I'll ever get my life together, but you know, it's possible these days.
Someday, maybe. Be nice.
So life is good, man, in my world. I got Irish sitting here. Look at him. He's looking sleepy. Let's bring him on and see what's going on with the madman.
I haven't got to see Irish in forever.
Irish.
Yeah, there we
We
go.
haven't seen him in a long time.
There's my guy.
Brother?
What's up, my darlings?
Hey, David.
Hi, my love.
So,
Right, so I might be a bit of a tool dork.
Yeah.
I might have a problem with purchasing too many tools.
Oh.
But nobody can get around a super sweet drywall sander.
Wow. Now that looks
is
like
massive. That's what she said.
Primitive destruction, man. I love it. Gotta love DeWalt, man. If they want to get
I'm
it.
kind of a DeWalt guy.
Well, we need to get them as sponsors on the show. Then they have lots of money, and we love lots of money.
Irish's renovation is fun. So that thing
DeWalt's
sure
the
the
good
hell
stuff.
beats the hell out of this.
Ah, look at that. Yeah, you are
sand.
kidding. That looks like you could have 4 people with sanders and one guy with that thing, and just take care of 4 people.
Yes.
Yep. And I'll show you my other DeWalt dork moment.
Okay. Oh, look at this. Now that is a saw. So today on Live with Neil, we are talking tools. And it doesn't have to be a tool like that. It can be, tell me everybody in the audience, just in the comments, please, tell me, what is the perfect tool?
Beside me.
I don't know. I'm the ultimate advertising tool.
I think that I'm personally the best tool, but...
Well, we're going to have to do our own clinical experiments on that one, Sam. We prefer evidence-based facts here. We're not like some of the media out there who, somebody tells them a story and they're like, hey, look at this. It appears today they're trying to diss on our buddy Elon, man. They're kicking his ass. They're saying all these stories. They're hating on the guy so bad. And the press is like, half of those fuckers who are on the news, they have a cumulative IQ of like 110 between 3 of them sitting on the couch. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be mean to you, television broadcasters, but really, people, you read a script, you're cute, you're great, you're sexy, but you're fucking stupid half the time. I'm sorry, most of the newscasters you meet, they don't even know politics. They get all weepy and shit about every possible illusion or things that just aren't perfect, Things are always going to be imperfect. I don't know anything.
We're going to lose him, Sam. He's going to pop. It's coming.
He's gonna blow.
I'm telling you, man, when my head explodes
It's gonna
live on
go.
television, people are going to freak out. They're going to go, and you know what's going to happen? It's going to be like Men in Black shit. My head's just going to go boop, pop right on back, and you're going to be sitting there like this. There won't be a sound said. And look at this. We got people in here already. Lovely Kim Pease is always here. Thank you, Kim, for watching us every time, man. I think you got a perfect record, babe. We got Brian Kuiper. He's out in Indiana. He is
Brian, my guy.
got better weather than we do. Tell me, Brian, what's the temperature out there? It's like hot as hell in New York the past couple days, or over the weekend, I should say. There's Jace.
And this is how much of a DeWalt dork I am.
Look at this. A DeWalt. Is that a DeWalt
They have
door
a
radio?
DeWalt speaker? Nuh-uh.
Oh,
Not
baby.
only is it a speaker, but I can use my batteries for my DeWalt drill. to
Shut
power
the
my
front
speaker.
door.
That is, they were
You want to
smart
see
at
my
DeWalt.
DeWalt toolbox because it's a little ridiculous.
Look
Show
at this
me your
thing.
toolbox. Yes, honey. Oh,
That's
Lord,
it.
that's like Christmas.
Man, I'll tell you, I'm gonna have you come down here, and I'll just pay you to move in for a couple of weeks and go to town here on the house.
I have full on. I even have paint sprayer, guys.
Overslip.
Look at this. Wow, man, it's tool time, people.
Tool time, home improvement.
So, yeah, right, man. So who are we talking about? Who's a good woman, Jace? I'm always kind of looking.
Because I know
Sam.
all the tools and can use them because I had a good dad.
I like that.
Come at me because I don't have daddy issues.
If you come into my world, you will not leave. I have all the goodies.
That's cool.
All the goodies.
And a guitar in the back of my truck. Now what?
I don't know, man. It's kind of an odd thing. You get pulled over, the cops will be like, well,
like the
there's a woman
perfect
likes
redneck
tools. You was
I'm telling you.
a big guitar.
So what are you guys doing this weekend? It's a beautiful weekend wherever you're at, I think. Although here I can't really tell.
It's
You got a gig or anything?
So we're going to the lake. Well, I mean, I'm going to the lake with a bunch of people. But.
Cool. Well, if you see our buddy down there, the rock and roll roadie, man, say hello.
Man, I may end up seeing Hatch this morning. It's very possible. And
Well,
tomorrow.
good. Tell him when you see him. Tell him we got to have him back on. We got so much rock and roll history to talk about with Hatch, man. We can just get him on and let him run without me or you. I mean, and he's for everybody watching who doesn't know Hatchet. Mike Hatchet is the epitome. When you think of rock and roll roadies from the '60s era, like the kind of guy who looks at you and says, "Your guitar's out of tune." And you tune it and it's still out, and he just picks up a wrench and chucks it at you, hits you in the fucking knee, and he goes, "Tune your guitar." No, not at all. He's like, look, if you can tune a piano, you can tune a guitar, you can dodge a wrench. Period.
Doing a fish.
He's like that guy in volleyball, or not volleyball. What is it? Dodgeball. That guy is my friend Ralph to a T. Like, I'll give you an example. One time we had the band. I went and saw Chick Corea, got this great idea from a friend of mine that we should write down because he saw the producer writing down notes while Chick's band was playing, and he was dinging them. We were sitting behind him watching him, right? And then after the first set, he goes back there and kind of rags on the band. So I get Ralph. I'm thinking this is a good idea. So the first thing he does, of course, it's my idea, so I'm the one who's going to get the blowback. It's like the blood and gore is all over me on this one. So he writes out this list. We go out on break. Everybody's smoking a joint, having a beer, whatever they do. And it's just like, I'm sorry, I'm having a brain fart. But the guy, Ralphie, takes the note. And the first thing he says is, "Neil, you're singing flat in this song. Your fucking tempo was too hot here." He looks at my guitarist. He's like, "Your guitar's been out of tune the last 3 songs." He got this whole list for everybody. But of course, he dings me pretty hard. And I know he's doing it because I fucking made this whole idea up and it was stupid. It was like, first off, I don't look or sound anything like Chick Corea. I don't pay my band as good as Chick does. Things are fucked in my world sometimes. And you just got to roll with it because fuckery is everywhere. And I got to ask Brian, do any of you guys know what a hog ringer is?
A hog ringer?
Yeah, a hog ringer.
I think that whole thing there starts with he's got a pretty mouth.
Are you kidding me?
Pretty lips, boy.
Are you kidding me? Hog ringers has to do with oral gratification?
I thought we were right. Were we
I don't
right?
know. What the hell is...
I mean, listen, there's terminology that runs around the world anymore. Like, I mean, they'll say some old, hey, the refrigerator door is open, and like I'll be like, oh, I'll go close it. No, don't do that. You don't want that to happen. I don't even know what the hell's happening anymore in this world.
I got some oral gratification.
Well, Brian,
Jesus.
if you're still
Sam,
watching,
don't
man,
get me going on
please.
the dancing thing today. I'll dance and it'll be ugly and terrible.
It's
I
too
dance
late.
too, man. If people get out of my way, let me tell you.
I haven't had enough coffee.
They're like, fucking guy on dance floor, 12 o'clock's having a seizure, please. Can someone get an ambulance? I'm busting a move, man. I'm telling you.
And that's
Going
the most
for it.
unbelievable thing to me. Like, I've never met a drummer that could dance, and y'all have rhythm.
I
Explain
know. I'll tell you what, I got
I'll
great
confess I
rhythm.
can't actually
Everything but
dance.
dancing. I don't know.
Irish does tend to get down a little bit, so.
All right, so we're off to a wonderful morning here on Live with Neve. We got Sam here, we got me. I'm just sitting here before we go to break. Let's see what we've got going in the world. Well, like I said, they're dissing on our man Elon here. They're saying, here's the headline comment: wheels fall off Tesla. Must cut 10% of jobs. Basically, in any company, you could fucking purge 10% of the population with absolutely nothing changing. Because all you have to do is then dump it on the back of some other poor slob, and they'll fucking do it. You know, we're slaves to our jobs, and I mean that's good. It's better if you're not having slave wages. If you're making like Bitcoin,
Yes.
it's always good. I mean,
I
but
hate slave wages.
I hate slave wages. Boy, they are just, and they're not. Yeah, I think of some of the jobs I've held in my life. I have held a plethora of jobs because I'm being a drummer. I'm functionally unemployable unless it's banging, has to do with something banging on shit or selling something. I don't know. I used to dabble in recreational pharmacology as a teenager, so I've got the whole
That's not really a
manual
job.
down.
It's recreation, buddy.
No, that was my job, man. It got me all kinds of ins into places I would have never gone. Like Kennedy houses and stuff like that. So I can tell you, I've walked with lepers, I've danced with kings and queens, and I have seen it all. So today we're going to have Ask Sam, Ask Irish, or Ask Me anything, any question you have today that you want to hear. Let it rip. I'm going to go to a real short break. Actually, we got 2 minutes. This is great. I love it. Some days you get up, everything works great. Today I got up. I called Sam like 2 minutes till. She's like, I'll be on in a minute. Fucking screen pops on. Irish pops in right as we go live.
With
I have
my
some
drywall sander.
Let's see. I have, and this goes along with this theme song.
And it extends.
It's the theme from Pornhub for everybody who
Oh,
doesn't
that was just showing
recognize
you
it.
the tool.
For me.
What? Oh, you guys are just dirty. I wasn't thinking nothing like that at all. You guys are terrible. Terrible.
Woo! Happy Friday, fuckers.
Fuckers,
Can you hear that?
absolutely.
Can you hear that?
No.
Sam, you need more coffee for this.
I know. I'm
didn't-
about to go get some on this next break.
Well, it stopped working. Oh well, I had some new treats to show, which I don't know. We'll worry about that another time. All right, everybody, we are going to go to a break. It's Live with Neve. We're half past the hour, and we'll see you in just a minute.
We are the Sons of Atlantis, and you are tuned in.
Like a melting flake of snow this year. I won't be sad to see it go.
Hi, I'm Darren F. Flynn, a singer-songwriter from Ireland, and I'm on Live with Neve.
I would have said it couldn't happen here. The people we
Oh boy.
What do you?
Hi, this is Leland Sklar, and I am hanging with Neve, and I am having the best time of my life.
Live with Neve Fridays on the East Coast from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m.
All right. We are back. Sammy's back lurking in the shadows.
Just like
All right,
that.
you guys. I gotta mute, but I gotta do an instructional, so I'm gonna mute. You can keep my camera on. 'Cause this is interesting stuff.
Tool
Hold on, I
man.
gotta get somebody real quick. Jamal, man.
I'm telling
one
you,
of my guys, one of my co-workers. What's going on? You were on live.
Man.
Yeah, no problem.
It's like home improvement right now.
I thought you were hanging with Snoop for a second. Jesus Christ, don't scare me like that.
I will be back.
All
It's
right,
like
mate.
a home
We'll see you
improvement
soon.
show.
All right.
And we get to watch
bring your
Ben's
fans
work.
back. Yeah, we'll just put the camera on. He can work for all the ladies. They can sit there and kind of watch the big man, banging on stuff. And who's got samurai hair? A
Got my
good
little
woman
man
is
bun
the
in the
best
corner.
tool. That's we'll quote that up to Jace. Yes, I think a good woman. I like grits myself. They kind of
I'd have to
have a
agree.
way of. It's the breakfast of champions, man.
Agree.
Isn't it? I think so. I
Grits
think.
are easily the best breakfast a person could have.
Do you know
Hands
people
down.
what grits are? Do
Girls
they?
raised
You
up
think
to
any of
that.
these Yankees know what grits are?
I doubt it.
I know the last time I
would doubt
showed
it.
somebody up here that I was eating grits, they were like, "What is that?" It was like that movie where the guy goes, "What's a grit?" I forget what the guy's name was. He's a Jersey boy. Oh man, so it took my tongue. He's in all the Casino. Joe Pesci.
Oh, Joe Pesci. Yeah.
Joe's the man. He's a Jersey boy, and he's got some good shit.
Yeah.
Come on, kill
I totally forgot about Joe Pesci. He actually got in some trouble a while back. Kind of like turned into a giant piece of,
We'll call that excretion, something like that. So, who's taking Jace? Oh, I got it. And Toby's fun. Look at Harris. Toby. He is the best roadie in the world, man. I can't wait to hang with Hatch in the fall. It's just going to be awesome. I'm really lame. I didn't get to go down and visit him last summer, but this summer, and according to all this good stuff, we're going to have to hook up and do something at the roadies place on the lake. I'm going to go over and introduce myself to Dolly, see if she needs a drummer. We'll walk
Look,
up to her and see.
if she were to happen to be home when we go pop in on Hatchet, I'm just gonna find a reason to walk over with like fresh pies and be like, "Hello, Miss Dolly.
Here's a pie, and and bring a little
pie."
a little memory stick, and just go. Here's something I did because you're just so awesome, and I had to cover your song.
I'm gonna be like, I just basically wanted to give Dolly Parton a pie.
That's
Here you
right.
go.
In fact, I'll go with you. I'd love to give Dolly Parton a pie. Imagine that would be great. It would just be so weird that if we came back and told anybody. I walked up to the house.
Gotta get a
carrying the
viral
pie.
TikTok and one day hand Dolly Parton a pie and walk away.
I wonder what.
Come on, kill
Can you hear that?
Come on, do it now, kill me.
What is that?
That is some of the new toys we have, which are going to make the show even more fun when we have somebody who kind of I don't know. Let's see what else we've got here. Okay, this is good. This is a screaming goat. What they're doing to the animal, I assure you, it is not a. It's nothing that's.
The screaming goat
hurting
sounds crack me up. Yeah.
Wow, that was good.
Yeah. That's one of my favorite like sound effects ever. Love screaming goat.
Oh, Irish is back. Hold on, let's see. I got some private chat here, people. And when let me in, or I'll scream by the hairs on my chinny chin. It's Irish. You're in, brother.
Oh my god.
Okay, so I've heard like the Dolly Parton pie, and then I heard Arnold screaming at the Predator to kill him. So I was like, Dolly, I should bring you a pie. I would love for you to have my pie, Dolly Parton.
I put a special treat in the pie crust.
I was hanging out with some boy.
Oh my god. That's what happened to what's his face Arnie when he told his wife about the love child.
Oh god, Maria,
Let's
I'm
see what
so sorry. I could not help it. I was seduced by my Latin lover.
Get to the chopper. Get down. Why are all the sound effect bases that we have either surprised or violent?
I don't know.
Because we're here.
We are weird. We are Americans. We're so strange.
And there goes the Germans. So we have an Austrian, a German, a redneck, and yeah, This is great. This is like
I got
this
a
is
red-
like all we
We're a
need is a campfire.
multicultural fun fest. I'll tell you what, we are a multicultural fun fest. We are
I'm, like,
friendly to
super-
Oh,
everybody.
we're a
Look,
giant
I'm-
multicultural fun fest. My
I'm
God.
telling you, man, I got a guy coming on, and he's a short guy. He's a little dude. And this freaking guy can rock and roll and play piano. Like, I don't know how the man with little tiny hands and fingers can play a piano like this dude. I don't think if I was interviewing him, I'd have to put him up on a stool here to sit and get eye to eye with the poor fella. Actually, he's not a poor fella. I shouldn't even have. He's got gigs all over. He works all the time. He's a killer musician. Just because he's a little guy, he's got more spirit than half the adults I see. I mean, really. How many people have the balls to go out and make a living off of rock and roll? Much less being a dude who's 2 feet, very diminutive. I mean, I don't know many people in music who succeed to that
Playing
level.
keys in rock and roll is not easy anyway. So I'm
No,
gonna
it's
have to.
not.
I'm gonna have to see this episode because I love watching key players. Like, there's their own
Yes.
little breed.
Yeah, when you
Well-
get the keyboard player that like is like a multi-typist on a computer, but it's all music.
Oh my God, yeah.
And you just watch your fingers do this. And you're just like,
Yeah. There's some
Yeah.
interesting things to be learned in the studio for sure.
Yeah, those rock key players though, like they play like those trills and stuff though, like Irish is talking. So yeah, that's gonna be a good ass show. When is that?
I don't know. I'm just looking here for something to express a response to that. Let's see. Here's
He got
one
a
that
toy,
I'd like
Sam.
to say tonight.
He got a new toy.
Yeah, I do.
Come on, girl.
Love that.
Ooh,
Woo, baby. Some Barry White for you.
baby making music.
Oh, I got to turn it off, man. There's that whole thing of somebody will send me. They're going to have to take the whole show off because of 1 second of Barry White
Yeah, they're muted.
getting ready for some love. Oh, we got to do your love to love you, baby. Oh, man, how low can you go, Irish? Dude,
In a box.
Well, I mean, it's all camera effects. You know, you can just do this and
Trying to be like John Cena right now.
It's getting warm in here, isn't it? I'm starting to get a little
I
sweaty.
kind
and
of, we
stuff.
were talking about Tool Time earlier. It's like Wilson's, like, you know, kind of chilling.
Well, you know, we had a question. Let's see, it's 70s and little humidity, but we have cute samurai hair you've got going on. I guess that's you. I was thinking, man, my hair looks samurai. I'm a dumbass this early in the morning. Looks good, Sam. It's not exactly something I think would enhance my employment prospects personally, but you know, I'm gonna go in and do like some kind of weird fucking Wolverine looking haircut next time.
When
I'm
I
looking
said
for a
that I
job.
literally rolled
can pull off
over,
anything,
answered
though.
your
I mean,
call,
let's just
and
be
came
honest
in my
with
office, I was so not playing. Like, I overslept. I played Risk with the snooze button. The other fantastic human that shares this household with me decided not to wake me up. So I literally rolled over,
And
answered
come
your
on.
call, and came in here. I was putting my hair up as I was literally answering your call. I was like,
I literally have you recorded, and that was pretty fun. I know what you sound like when you wake up in the morning.
yeah, I was like dying. I was like,
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. So it's 10:24.
God,
Again,
hairdos,
we've
we're
got
gonna
this.
get into hairdos. Like, oh,
Now we've got an answer on the pig thing. What is a pig ring? And Brian Kuiper has explained it, and I will go ahead and let you know what we've got here. I put pig rings in my pet pig to keep her from rooting. Rings in my pet pig. You put it in her nose.
oh.
I had a
Also, they don't
girlfriend
care
who had
about
one of those things once. It's so fucking
Over our heads.
weird. What do you
Hang
think
on.
about the nostril ring? Any good coming from that? Getting a nostril ring? You think that's like a
A
You know,
septum piercing? No. Mm-mm.
that? I put it this way: I've had surgery on my nose. I've had it broken a few times because I got a big mouth, and when I was young, I didn't mind using it. But you know, now I'm
When it
old.
comes to those though, like septum rings only belong on something that has extremely cute legs and a cute face with two tatas. Otherwise, septum rings just look creepy.
No, it's just like there's no reason to do that to yourself. And the other thing too, I don't know. I see you have some plugs, but I've seen guys who get plugs in their ear that's this
Yeah,
big.
no, that's stupid. Those big ones are dumb. I can actually fill mine. Like, I have dangle earrings. Like those,
Right.
these ones, they're versatile. The people that do that shit, that's stupid.
I'm telling you what.
Yeah,
I'm
it goes a little bit too far, man. When
Yeah.
you know, you could literally go fishing with your earlobes because it looks like a night crawler hanging off your
Yeah.
shit. Yeah, no. Mm-mm.
Yeah,
All
no,
right.
that no. Not to mention how like completely disgusting that it is.
And
How
the other thing is if
like
some
it is legitimately disgusting.
can you imagine like if you end up in some kind of a confrontation and some dick's got a nose ring? I'd be like, come here, let me talk to
I
you,
actually
okay?
took mine out because I had gotten into a fight, and
Right?
I had the one that was it had a little ball on the end of it, so it wasn't one of the ones with the twist back.
Right.
And when I got into a fight, I hit the side of my nose, and it like pushed it in. It pierced my cartilage right there, and I had to pull it out. That was fun.
Yeah.
Oh,
The
Yeah, I
moral
used
of
to
the
be, so
story
I
is,
was a body piercer like before I moved down here. Actually, that was like the last like civilian job that I had done before I came to Nashville.
well, there's
Ah.
like certain piercings belong on. So like, okay, guys, don't get your navel pierced. Don't pierce your nipples. You look like a creep.
No,
Stop it.
you know,
no,
the other thing is the guys who pierce downstairs. That is like the most creepy thing. I've
there
seen
is
the guys through the end of their.
off-putting to see the belly button on men just because
No,
it
you lose
just
your man card completely on that one. A belly button ring? Are you serious? I mean, just forget about it.
I've seen it with sincerity. I've put them in before a
Right?
number of times, but I will say it just I don't know hardly many dudes that are going to end up keeping that very long. Like
No. I mean, how do
Nope.
you do? I don't want. It's just like the whole
now,
pain thing. Let me tell you a funny story.
I've seen a lot of dudes that do like that, and I've pierced a lot. That one
What?
I can see.
I would do this.
Yeah.
I would do
Ah.
this. I
You'd
had
be like,
Sir.
my pierced when I was a
yeah,
kid.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
But
sir.
that was the 80s. Everybody had their left ear pierced in the 80s.
Well, I mean, the eyebrow thing is back. Like that's like the new thing. So my favorite thing about today's modern fashion is we reverted back to the 80s and 90s. Like 90s fashion is what's in this summer. So
No
like it's
kidding.
hot mom summer for all of us girls, and I'm like wearing like the high-waisted overalls and shit, and I'm like, thank God we're back to the 90s.
Wow, that's a little too scary for me. I had too much fun in the
Oh,
90s.
I
Jesus
love
Christ.
it. You should see the clothing that has come out. Like I have like neon green pink pinstriped with like MTV lettering across my chest for this
Fun.
summer. It's great.
Oh, man. Look who's here. Our buddy Andreas from over the pond, one of our regular guests. For everybody watching, we have
Speaking of
Andreas in the
keyboard
house.
players out of this world, what's
That
up,
guy
pal?
is Andreas. Are you out in LA today? Oh, you're in Sweden. I thought you would be at NAM by now. Are you hitting NAM? My plans kind of fell through because of other conflicts. But all right. Hey, we got some. Look at this. We got a worldwide audience, or what? Got Down Unders cruising in. We got Gina Adams. She's out in LA. She's out there with Toby, seeing every great show that's available. And
Love me
Gio's
some
at
Toby.
Nom too right now.
Love me
Debbie.
some Toby.
Oh, we love
Hey,
Toby.
if you guys
She
see
is,
Sean Giovanni at Nom, tell him hey, tell him you know Sam.
so I guess today we still have the open questions for you guys. We got 2 minutes, so for everybody watching,
Question
ask us
for
any of
hours,
us
question
Want to
for
know
anything
the
about
honest
anything.
piercing I've ever pierced? We've
Me?
never talked about my civilian jobs.
We can talk about sucky civilian jobs. We can talk about
Yeah.
things.
So
What's the
top
suckiest
body
job
piercing.
you've ever held?
I mean, it would definitely be the piercing job. I mean, if you're thinking of it at the end of the day, I've had some odd situations. My other shitty job that was not a shitty job, just had shitty hours, was I was a heavy equipment operator, like forklift, pallet rider, scissor lift, all
Are
that
you
shit.
certified to ride that thing, young lady?
So I barely made the height requirement to take my OSHA test and everything because of the forklift.
All right.
And the stand-up forklift. So, but yeah, I loved that job and I loved driving, but I hated working 12 hours. Like I have ADHD. I can barely spend 12 hours with another human, let alone like a cat.
I know, I know what you mean there. There's certainly people. Well, it's great. Andreas, I see you're watching. Tell me, are you in LA? It says from Sweden, but where'd everybody go? I'm lost in the fog here.
But when it comes to odd piercings that I've had to do, the oddest one was probably a Jacob's ladder.
A
And
what?
a Jacob's ladder.
Is that on
And
the
that
nose?
was yeah, so it's the horizontal barbells that go up a male genital. And I don't know like why that became like a thing, but for some reason in the early 2000s, like 2008, 2009, up to like 2013, this was like a fad. And unfortunately, I had to do several of them.
What? I mean, I'm going to just try and get into the mindset here. I mean, I
Yeah.
love.
Well, all right.
I've
So
had
let
my
me,
ear
let me
pierced, which is
preface it
fun.
with it's supposed to be for a lady's pleasurable, experience.
So you put it on the top. You put it on
So
the top.
So it comes down. So like it literally, if this is dude, it would come down just like this, and it would look like a ladder, and the barbells would stick out on each side, so it would have studs basically. Yeah.
You signing up there? What do you think? We'll go down and get it done. Put it on the
seen men
show.
sit through it
I'm gonna
too.
say
Like,
no.
how I don't know, but they have.
I'll take it under advisement.
I've also seen them pass out from getting a Prince Edward though, which is just one. So maybe that one's just worse.
Let me say this. I was doing a gig, and it was in a nudist colony, and one of the bands, and they're friends of mine. I won't, I'm sure they don't care, but I'm up on stage playing, and all of a sudden I see these friends of mine walking by, and their horn section's all buck-ass naked, and two of the guys had Prince Edwards. Now, I'm not in the habit of
If I
looking
ever
at other
see
people's
somebody running around
genitalia.
nude with a Prince Edward playing a trumpet, I will lose my fucking mind.
I'd run. My
Everything you
suggestion is
said
you run.
mind
Let me tell you, imagine me. I've never seen this. I've heard people do this, and they walk by, it's like I would usually look away really quick. I found myself looking at another guy's junk just because I wanted to see what made him so stupid to
Oh
put a
my
fucking barbell through the end of it. I'm like, oh my god! It was a mix of horror and fascination. It's like a car wreck, man.
I don't know, dude.
I
If
had
I'm,
to think
if
to
I'm going
myself,
that far, I'm going all the way. I don't want just the barbells. I want to be able to click them and they all start vibrating.
I want an electronic that's set up like an erector set, man. Keep it up bigger and stronger forever. I don't know.
But like the worst thing is it's like, dudes legitimately think that they want one of those until like it happens.
It
I've
happened.
I would say that out of all of the ones that come in and they're like, hey, I want to get this today, by the time that they get the nerve to do it, probably half of them like change their mind.
Oh man, I've seen one
So
talking
Yeah, because
about
there's
piercing
no
horror
clamp.
stories.
Like you can't. It's not like so. Like with a normal piercing, how you can use clamps. It's not you must use clamps with regular body piercings unless you're doing dermals. When it comes to like the male area like that, you can't do that with the Prince Edward. You can to a point with the Jacob's ladder, but it's not recommended. It's not. So unfortunately, with men, you have to have it done non-compressed. So I mean, you feeling it. You're feeling all that.
I'd call that shrinkage. Shrinkage is occurring. Just hearing all
Look,
this.
fellas, they say beauty comes with a price. Stud up, boys.
I'm already
Brian's
stuck
had
up with
several
all
in the
this
nose.
logistical
Cam, you're right. The actual like nip rings, those actually do serve a purpose, like for technically men or women. So yeah, you're right. Those are purposeful.
I'm reading here that aside from our body piercing exercise here, Andreas did not make it to LA as I didn't. Unfortunately, plans came up with one of my investors, so it just didn't happen. But we will be there next year, and Andreas will be there, and hopefully we'll bring the whole damn family out there. I'll have a little more time to plan it, make some money. By then, the show will be picked up by Amazon, and we'll be invited and living it up, man. Go hang out.
I won't have to work, but I'm keeping my tools.
Keep your tools, man. It'll be a proud day, You got to keep your tools clean now. I tell that to all the ladies and guys. The word for the day is, what is the word for the day? Shrinkage. That's what was happening when you were describing the term of actually jabbing somebody with clamps, and you lost me at clamps. My blood pressure started to rise.
Yeah, this is terrible. You see,
when you're getting a lip or a body part pierced, the clamp is actually your friend, just not your friend on your genitals. That's not.
No, I've met some wild people, but geez, thankfully.
I mean, there are people out here getting whole dermals though. Like, let's not forget about that. Like,
Somebody once told me people are stupid, and the world seems
Well,
just
have you
desperate
ever
to
seen
prove
that
it.
parade? Is the parade in India to where they push, or it might be
Oh yeah,
Thailand?
yeah.
Push
They
shit through
do
their
all the
cheeks.
piercings and through their cheek, and
the
that's
dermals
exciting.
came from India. We just do a safer practice of it here in America because the health department says that we have to.
Right, right.
And the American Medical Association says we can't perform basic surgeries like that. So they're basically just fucking shoving shit through people over there.
Have you ever
Man,
seen when they
That's
cut the
part of their
tongue down the
culture.
middle?
Do what?
When they cut the tongue down the middle and get the two
oh,
sides
the
of the tongue?
split
Those
thing, the
body
reptile.
mods are a no-no for me. I'm not doing that to another human being. Like, if you want to do that to yourself the rest of your life, you better go in the bathroom with a dang razor blade because I am not helping you do
I'm
that.
telling you what. Get out the cautery. You know how much your tongue bleeds just when you bite it? It's so
Yeah.
vascular. There's so many capillaries. And, oh my God. Well, we talk
Yeah.
all kinds of things. I would venture that we have one of the more unique talk shows. We've covered piercings this morning. We've covered a
Body
We cover
variety of
all things.
other rituals, scarification. I've seen a guy once who I had to wrestle. I was on the wrestling team when I was a kid. And this kid scared the hell out of me. He was a black guy who weighed about 15 pounds less than me. And he wailed on everybody. And it came my turn. I had to wrestle with this kid. And now let me tell you something. He came out and just tore me up. He was throwing me around like a rag doll. I made it. I got through the match with him, but I was like, the whole time I was like, this guy's going to kill me. My inner crazy just went off on him. I hold my own, but boy, I got an ass whipping and a half from that guy, rubbing my face across the mat and shit. I was not having a good day, but I managed to, become friends. And thanks for the compliment, Brian, about the hat, by the way. Change of venue here. I will tell you this, Prince's people, whoever you are, you need to hire me for your merchandising. This hat, for what you charge for it, is a piece of shit. I'm sorry. I love Prince, and if he was alive, Prince. If he was alive, would look at me and go, "What the hell is this shit?" I guarantee you, he wouldn't have sold a hat like this because I bought hats at his
Right.
concerts. They were first class. This has no liner in here. Within 2 days, it's already all frumpled and wrinkly. I'm pissed. I was afraid that I figured with his family and particularly his sister administering the estate that they would, when they put out stuff to, basically this is just trash to make more money. Prince is dead, man. We're keeping his family alive. I don't care. They deserve it. I mean, he was very close with his sister, but guys, really, man, what's up with the hat? You charge money. People love Prince, and they know Prince is, man, he had a seamstress all the time. There's no way Prince would okay this hat. If he took it home and wore it, if I was selling these to our audience, I would say, this shit. I wouldn't sell you guys a hat like this. When you get a Live
He's
with Neve
serious,
hat,
Sam. This
if
is
you're
like
going to get a real
full-on
hat.
upset.
It hit a button.
By the way, we do have T-shirts now. They're all large. They're long sleeved. They have the Live with Neve logo. They're $20 a piece plus shipping.
Do you got an extra large?
No, but I'm going to order more. If these sell out, I'll get you an extra large. I can order low numbers. I've got about, I think I have a dozen or 20, something like that.
All right.
So if anybody wants one out there, let's see. I'm going to go up here to the banners and just tell you what you can do to.
Rock and wear. Woohoo! Guys,
Yeah,
I gotta
man.
get rolling, man.
Gotta love rock and wear.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, gotta love rock and roll. Okay,
I
so
gotta
here
go
on
out.
the bottom.
I gotta go do some stuff. It was good to see you guys, but I do gotta roll.
Good to see you,
All
Bubba.
right, brother. Take
Love
care
you
of
guys.
business and stay vertical.
Yep.
And I guess it's just you and I now. We've got some
Yeah, so
folks
we'll have
hanging
Peyton
out.
on tomorrow. Peyton gets into town this evening, so
Okay, what time are we gonna do him?
whatever time you guys would like.
All right. Well, I guess that'll depend on when you guys raise your heads from the morning or the
Yep.
evening activities. I imagine if Peyton's in town, you fellas will be up a little late and probably
Yeah,
up to
we're
all
working
kind of
late
fun
tomorrow,
stuff.
so
Well, cool. I'm looking at the clock. It's 10:40. We got the ads running below for T-shirts. I got a comment up here. Hey Deb, you're great. Love you too. We appreciate everybody watching our show. We really do. And I've got some great stuff coming up. We have we're kind of changing the format a little. I'm going to have guests on the morning, musical guests, but primarily the people who are really exceptional. We want to have them on in the afternoon so more people can see them. Another thing for you guys who watch, we are on YouTube and we don't get much exposure there. All of our exposure comes from here. It's Facebook and it's Twitch, but we'd really like to get and switch over to where our main show is always on YouTube. There's a number of reasons for that. We're just about, for everybody who's watching, we have the ability now, we can monetize. We've had it for a while and I just haven't gotten around to doing it. It was one of my other people's tasks to fix that, but it didn't get done yet. But I have a list of stuff that's got to get done and I'm working through it.
So
Things are good. I'm sitting here. Just to tell everybody, we have some changes coming this year. There's going to be a lot more high-end entertainment. There's going to be a lot more local entertainment or people who are on the way up, but who are really exceptional. We're going to probably have a subset of the show where we pick the people we think. Like if we go to ISSA, we'll look through the whole pile, find 3 or 4 that we really dig, and put them on, talk about them. Maybe have them on once in a while, be a guest, partial host. If you're out of town, we can bring in somebody else just to hang for the day, from our circle though, because that's like why for everybody watching. Sam came up, and when Julie left, it was basically just who were we going to hire? And you were the first one I thought of because I know we'd been on air enough that we could talk and cut up, and you weren't going to get offended. And I don't know, you're going to take me to court like Johnny's wife, say that I said bad things. And I mean, God, getting back to Johnny's death, I'm almost sad that it's over because it was just such a compared to everything else going on. The news has been a shit show, bad news. Go say again.
That was a hot shitstorm. However, I saw a arrives, divorced, broken, and unhousebroken meme with Amber's face on it last night. I died. The non-housebroken part, I lost it. Like
that, I hate to say it,
ever be known as the woman that pooped on Johnny Depp's bed.
I cannot think. I mean, I had a crazy wife, man, and even she wouldn't do that.
Me too, man.
I've picked some winners, but none of them were that crazy. God Almighty! I had stuck a lighter in my hand, a cigarette from a car lighter. That was interesting.
I've had some real winners, but I've never run into
nothing like the smell of burning flesh. And you realize it's like you don't feel it for a second, but we regress.
Giant red flags. I don't know. Like he had to just not be paying attention to the red flags. Don't think with your people, boys.
Yeah, guys, really, trust me, I can show you the facts and figures, the spreadsheet. You can lose your mind and your money. Be careful. Yep. I'll just say this: be careful who you throw down with. And
that's right. You got your mind on your money and your money on your money.
Money on your mind.
Damn Broadway girls alone.
Yep, you're gonna have problems. It's just not gonna be good. It's pretty crazy some of the stuff that I see people go through in their relationships. We have to do a whole show just on wacky relationships because I know that everybody here who's talking and hanging out, Andreas, Gina, Deborah, Toby, everybody's got at least one truly bad horror show of a relationship. In some cases, we might have half a dozen or more.
We all do.
Yep. I would tell all you ladies out there, first off, do not marry drummers. That's difficult.
A given.
I mean, I'm just saying they might be a great boyfriend, but they can be a horrible husband. And that's not to say I have lots of friends of mine who are married forever. They're drummers.
All my drummer friends are wild. I've never had a drummer friend that was not like a wild little whole vibe of their own. So
well, that's the thing. You have to walk to your own drum, and you have to be comfortable in your skin to be crazy, or you have to be crazy. But either way, I like people who are crazy in a positive way. They're artistic, they're creative, and they're not mean-spirited. That's the worst thing I don't like in people is, Deb, I will thank you so much. I will talk to you after the show today and get them shipped out probably Monday. So if anybody wants shirts, I'm going to be going to ship on Monday. Private message me, and we'll figure out the details. It's $20 plus whatever the shipping is. I'm not making, I'm going to get rich and put my kids through college money here. It's just, we want to see you wearing them, and we'll occasionally give some out for free. And we're trying to just try a few new things this year. And a good T-shirt, you never know who'll see it. Plus, you look swanky because I don't buy like this hat. My hats will not be pink. I'm a pain in the ass when it comes to some things, but
I'm a
I don't
t-shirt.
mind. I would have rather have spent $40 than the 25 and had a real hat, But that's on Prince's people, man. They
Over
get.
there making shitty hats, putting
I
Prince's
mean,
logo
really,
on it. They should be ashamed.
I could go out and buy a hat somebody else made, and it's a bootleg, and it would have better quality, and that's lame.
That's sad.
I mean, I
Actually.
love Prince. I really do. I don't think his family needs any help from me buying a T-shirt. I know they could give a crap, but if you're
No.
gonna do it good, man. Don't sell shit to your followers. It's just I know
Yeah.
I know enough about the guy and have read enough that he was real detail oriented, pain in the ass kind of a guy. Oh, ho! I love it. Our friend Phil from Tampa. Hey, Phil. Yeah, how can you tell a drummer's
Nice, Phil.
what do you call a drummer without a girlfriend?
What?
Homeless.
Why did the coach go to the bank? Why did the
I don't
football
know.
coach go to the bank?
Tell
To
me.
get his quarterback.
Oh, anybody else out there got any good drummer jokes or guitar or bass players are always my favorite because I got Phil on here.
Poor bass players. They're
Phil's
always
the
there.
rare exception. In bass players, he actually has a personality. I know you had to buy it, but I'm just kidding with you, Phil. You know I love you, man. By the way, Phil is.
Claustrophobic astronaut need?
Say that again.
What did the claustrophobic astronaut need?
I don't know.
More space.
Oh, let me see if I have a drum roll here. Let's see what this is.
Phil, what do you call a guy who hangs out with musicians?
Drummer.
A drummer.
Oh.
That could easily be said about the
I gotta
bass
take
player
all this
too,
grief,
though.
man. I'm telling you, what a bunch of mess you got. I see how you are.
The two token assholes of every band, the bass player and the drummer.
Yeah,
Guaranteed every time.
I find Philip a remarkable breath of fresh air. He can actually talk and speak, and he goes out in public.
He's a trained bass player.
And not only that, he's a writer, and he can write. I'll tell you what, the guy can turn and craft a phrase. He is
It's odd
very
to come across
talented.
bass players that can read 5-syllable words,
Well, he's got it down, man. Gainesville graduate, and just an all-around cool guy. We love you, Phil. I can't wait till I get back to Florida. I'll be able to come out and hang and see stuff. Deborah, okay, there we go. She's brave. She hasn't heard the stories yet.
Yeah, Deborah, you would not want to date a drummer. They're a whole vibe.
Oh my God. Yep, the rhythm sections kick ass. There's no doubt about that, Phil. You got to have a good one.
Rhythm
All right.
sections, all right. They're okay.
So I'm watching the clock here. I don't know why. We'll go back to some of this interesting crap and get your take on what's going on in the news here. The latest cool and weird science story I hear is that one of our things we'll have to worry about is roving packs of dogs, robotic dogs coming to the moon. Okay, how's that sound?
That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. I hate Earth. I hate the world we live in.
Have you ever seen the show Black Mirror?
No.
It's a science fiction show. It's on one of the networks. Like it's either on Netflix or one of those. It's about a dystopian future that is being built and constructed right before our very eyes. And in one of the episodes, if you look at it and anybody wants to watch it, you can Google it. It's called Metalhead. Black Mirror, and the episode is Metalhead. And it's the most frightening thing you'll ever see. Basically, the world ends, and there's these big Amazon warehouses full of stuff, thousands of them. They're protected by these robotic dogs. Most of the humans have been killed off by these. Technology has taken over, basically. So what you have is, it's like Terminator 2, but with these fucking dogs. And,
well, like AI has come like a long way too. So I was watching like the stuff Google's doing. It's actually pretty freaking scary. So yeah. And then at my college, I've walked by the mechatronics lab, and the stuff they're doing in there with robots is a little sketchy. It's pretty creepy.
Oh, I've seen it. The one where they have a guy with a big 8-foot club and they got the dog roaming around and he's just beating the shit out of it and the thing keeps popping up. It's like, I'm sorry. For me, I don't want to give it away, but I'd throw a blanket over that thing or something like that so it can't see. Scoop it up and I don't know, take it to the car crusher and stick it in
I'm
there.
not really sure what you would do with a rabid robotic dog. I
Well, you
don't even
blow it
know
up.
why.
I
That's
think like a really high powered gun, like a big 50 caliber bullet would probably take the thing out. I'm pretty sure you could blow it to pieces with that. That would be my first choice. After that, I would probably run over it with a truck or a bulldozer, take the blade and just smash the damn thing to pieces. Take
it's
that,
probably got,
robotic
like,
dog.
anti-ammunition tracking software or something where it can just billy roll out of the way of a bullet. Like who
Wait till you
knows?
see the show. I don't want to tell it, but if you people,
I'm about to go
yeah,
watch it now.
yeah, my friend Phillips, he's a fan, and
Each
oh,
episode.
I'm telling you what, I'm always honored. She is a sweetheart. What a nice person.
Aw,
I mean, I
Deb.
tell you, what a
She's
sweetheart. So this weekend is coming. I don't know. I'm going to play. For everybody watching, I have a new computer in front of me, and I'm still going through all the hassle of. I updated it and backed it up, but I have a lot of stuff from the past that I don't want to clog this up with. But it's making the show much easier. The first day I used it was a complete
super excited
disaster,
for it.
but
Ugh.
we're glad to have it. And for anybody out there, the show's free. If you want to give us a donation, give us a donation. If you don't, that's okay too. But we consider it tipping, not like we don't want. I'm not going to sit here and beg y'all for money. This is if you want to throw us a bone, you see a show you like, I will promise you, we appreciate it and we take it very seriously. And if it wasn't for you guys watching, we wouldn't have anything going on here. So what can I tell you? I appreciate everybody who calls. If you have something you want to say, look, we're all approachable. You want to get a hold of me, you want to get a hold of Sam, you want to get a hold of Iris, reach out.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
all of us are kind of just a big dysfunctional family, and we have a lot of fun and occasionally piss each other off. But most of the time, we're just here to take your mind off all the crap like robotic dogs.
Smiles and shit
And
rainbows.
I had to bring that up, didn't I? Some people are going to have a nightmare tonight about that robotic dog chasing them. It could see your heat signature where you'd walked. I mean, it was
I've
unbelievable.
seen some pretty creepy stuff though already, so I mean, that's the thing. I'm gonna have to go watch that. But
General Dynamics is going to be like the I forget in the Terminator, what was it called? The company, something Dynamics and you have Boston Dynamics that makes those robotic dogs, which are just fucking, they creep me out. When you see the episode, I guarantee you'll have at least one night where you'll wake up going, God, that's so fucked up. What would I do? My thought was to go and find a big, huge freaking thing that could crush them. Run them down, man. Put a cow catcher on the front of my big truck like yours. Just clatter 'em. Go
I'd just be
running around.
trying to run them over with my truck. That'd be about the only thing I'd know to do.
That's what I
first of
do.
all, we have come way too far to the fact that we have got AI that can already think for itself. So yeah, I'm tapped out on the creepy technology they got going on.
Yeah, it's like they have a drone now that they've made. It's like switchblade drone. It just basically hangs around. You can't hear it. And then a tank cruises along and all of a sudden it's like, boom, detonates.
Yeah, it's super creepy. It's
what the truth is, I can think about how cool all this technology is, but it sucks. The world's at war. It's burning up. Again, we try to keep it happy on the show in spite of all the fuckery going on out there. Remember, elections come, people change their minds, they make mistakes, they vote differently. And I'm not going to ride on anybody who voted for him. Lots of people, just didn't want him. But we'll see what happens. I know that the $3, the gas prices were great. There was a lot of things that were different. I didn't like the guy's mouth, but I'm not even going to do that. Truth is, politicians come and go. I've never had one that was ever elected who's done what they said they were going to do in its totality, because they never can. And
no,
it's
I've
a good
never met
thing.
a politician like that either.
And the thing is, they I don't know. Most politicians are just in it for the money. I don't have any faith in them. I really don't care what they do.
I've never seen someone that's been elected that has holistically been there just to serve the people. It's always to pad a pocket somewhere. So
that's it. It's a license to steal, and the people that I found it interesting. Nancy Pelosi got booted from the Catholic. Well, she can get booted, but she can't take communion because of her position on
Yeah.
abortion. But
Mhm.
she could have just like been just done the job instead of running around. I mean, it's almost like she just wants to, encourage people to have an abortion rather than have the kid born, which comes across as a little creepy to me. I don't.
Nancy Pelosi is a dangerous human. Just her thought process is dangerous. She's just, and I'm
Yeah,
a
she's
pretty,
pretty.
non-political speaking person just because
Yeah, you're a nonconformist as I am, and I don't really like any of them, but they should hire rock and rollers to run the
she's a
country.
mess,
Try it.
man.
Who could we think of who could damn sure do a better job?
Anyone.
I think fucking.
Literally
I'd say
anyone
I'd
could.
give Elon Musk a turn. Why not?
Look, I love Elon. Like, I hate everybody ragging on Elon all the time. Like, I love
Me
me some
too.
Musk.
Yeah, Phil. I was speaking with Pat over the when you guys did that. I saw a little video from it, man. It was so cool. I saw you and Goombie and Dave. Every time I see Dave Reinhardt play, I just go, God, man, he's unbelievable. And did a lot of work with him back at the Jeff Arthur recording studios in the day. Him and Dave and his brother Ron, they are just an amazing. They're exceptional musicians and people. I love them to death. And when I get back to living in Florida part time or full time, whatever comes forward, I definitely can't wait because I got so many musical friends I want to get back with and hang and make some new music. Another good thing. I bought a new drum set and I will have it delivered on Monday, and
Very
I'm
cool.
really exciting. Oh yeah, Phil, Pat is just amazing. I'm so sad. Dave Reinhardt is amazing, like you say. But I know that Pat played for you too, and he is just an incredible drummer. Pat Close, if you guys are watching, Facebook him, buys his records. He's suffering from cancer right now. He could really, really use some help. And again, if you're going to buy a CD or something from me, give it to him. He needs it. He's suffering from cancer. He's an amazing drummer, and he's been an amazing teacher, which is more important because not everybody. Oh yeah, you meant. Thanks for the clarification. I knew they both played on it. Actually, I got his record. Pat put the record out about 2 years ago, and the first day he released it, he put a picture of it, of the record cover or of a drum set, and he said, "What's wrong with this picture?" And I said that it's backwards. You playing lefty? And he goes, a couple of minutes went by, and he just put the post up. A few minutes later, he's like, "I'm sending you a CD, man. You got it. First one right on." Took him a while, I guess. He said he had. Oh no, I was the first guy, I think. So it was entertaining though, because I saw it. I was like, I know this CD is going to be great. In fact, I have it in my car. It's if you really like aggressive jazz, funk, fusion esque stuff. These guys are just incredible instrumentalists. They tear it up, and they're just killer.
I love jazz.
Yeah. So Astro the dog. I see it. Here we go.
Rough, rough.
For a minute, I had to look at Phil's thing to see if he had Jean-Luc Ponty, but it's Gene Bolduc, drummer. Man, I'm sorry I missed that. I really would have loved to have been at that gig. They were raising money for him, and they raised 10 grand. Way to go, buddy.
Nice.
Whenever you're sitting here thinking about whether to peel off $5 or $10 or a couple of bucks, whatever you can spare, just think if it was you, man. If you had medical bills that you can't cover, even though you have insurance, you've done it right. Look, when that happens, you want to hope somebody would do the same thing for you. So when you hear this, I know things are tight and people have no money, but really sending somebody $10, you could spend that on a 6-pack or a couple of smokes of weed, or you could buy lunch with it. Just when somebody's really in need and they've got cancer and they're getting screwed by the insurance company. And I don't know the facts, but I just assume in any case, when you have insurance, you still don't have what you need. You're going to have, you have the copays, and you've got all kinds of weird things that aren't covered depending on your policy. And yeah, I know, Phil. It's sad. I'm an optimist, so I'm going to hope and say my prayers. I save them for important things like this. Not like I'm sitting around here praying that I get a new Jag or something, If you want stuff like that, don't pray. Just work. Go out and bust your ass and hustle, and you can drive what you want. But yeah, I'm sure, Gina. it's a really tough thing once, if I've had many family members and several good friends who've gone through that. And let's see, he's Medicare but can't work for probably a year. Yeah, if anybody, this is the kind of thing I would, if you could, put it on send him some money, $10 a month or something. That's what I'm going to do. I think it's always good to help people. I know when I was in the hospital last year after breaking my arm, even with insurance, you still have, a lot of wages and you're not working and all that stuff. But enough about the sad things. If you can help a brother out, Pat Close is one of the best drummers you'll ever see. And he was a phenomenal teacher. And that's one thing that's hard for a lot of musicians. I'm a decent musician, and I find teaching can be very frustrating if someone's not into it. Hence, I'm not going to deal with somebody's 12-year-old not practicing. If I give them a page of music and they can't do it 3 weeks in a row, I tell parents, Mom and Dad, your kid's not going to make it as a drummer. He can't even.
Not interested,
no point in torturing the kid. If they hate going to lessons, they're not going to be any good.
Yeah, no.
All right. Hey, I know Sam's about to get out of here. I got to get out of here. It's 11:01, and thank you very much for tuning in to Live with Neve. And we will see you soon. If you want a T-shirt, PayPal.me/live with me. Just hit me up. Send me a text message. As far as I have, let me see. Let me just look up through here.
We'll have Peyton tomorrow too.
Yep, we have Peyton tomorrow. Time to be announced. And here we go. This is for Pat. Hang on. I'm gonna keep the show running for a minute. GoFundMe. www.gofundme.com/F/give the drummer some dash. You can see it there. And I'm going to leave it up. Thanks, Phil. I'm going to go ahead and since I'm sitting here and I don't feel like grabbing, I'm just going to take a picture of that address and we'll show it on the show. Here we go. Where is it? Isn't technology great? Oh, no, that's not what I want. Not Pano. There we go. All right. So everybody have a great weekend. Or actually come back at 4. We'll see you. My weekend is rolling. There's the donation link below, and we're out of here.
See y'all.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're live with Neve.